Nearly 3 years ago, Sainsbury's realised they had a problem with their juices, and in particular with their orange juice. It hadn't changed in a long time, was never really of consistent quality. They were receiving customer complaints and losing market share. Brands like Tropicana and Innocent had changed the market with much sweeter juices. So the team decided they needed to change every aspect of their juices, from seed to sip. And this is where it all began. Truth be told, we all know as consumers that our food goes through a process, but surely there's only so much you can do with juice. You get an orange and you squeeze it. Hannah, where did you start with this project?
We really wanted to understand the process and we wanted to test and challenge every part of that. The whole team cross-functionally worked together. Buyers really bought into the concept of improving the quality. We needed to consider health as well as making sure we were ethical. The team went to Florida and Brazil and looked at what fruits we should be using, what weather conditions, and what's exactly right to go into our juices. We had really tight specs that we gave our suppliers to make sure that we had consistency every time and the best quality.
This is where all those specs have to be delivered. But I didn't expect to see a lab here.
There's been so much passion that's gone into putting this range together. We're looking for partners who would work with us for 5 years to drive the quality forward. They had to recipe develop 34, 38 different products from scratch. The tender, I think, was awarded around the 11th of November. We launched product on the 15th of July.
What made this project different?
In terms of actual numbers of juices submitted and drunk, I think we stopped counting after 13,000. Our orange juice is 80% Brazilian and 20% Spanish. It's not an accident, it's happened because we've done every percentage in between. On the orange, with the Spanish bits, we're just a little bit concerned at certain times of the year we're going to get that slight almond back note that we don't want. So if we can look at the Floridian as well so that we can move between the two according to the seasons, that'd be really great.
Surely consistency is absolutely crucial.
There's no point in doing all of this work if we can't replicate it. The consistency comes from having skilled people actually sampling the product as they blend. It also comes from a more scientific side.
Ready.
At the beginning and end of every batch, and at least each hour in between, 6 bottles are taken from the production line to the lab for testing.
In here, once they've checked the labels, there's some tasting. Then they do tests for pH, acidity, sugar, there's the volume and weight, all to make sure it fits in the parameters.
These guys even blow their own bottle.
What would you say are the benefits of working closely with your supplier?
You can't possibly go through that amount of stress and those deadlines without having some misunderstandings, but actually forming incredibly close bonds. It's a relationship forged through a combined ambition to produce the best quality.
There was a lot of trust in us, there was a lot of belief. In this company we have the culture that the difficulty is a challenge and it gets the best out of all the people. Everybody from the factory floor to the people in marketing, to people ordering labels, to people organizing logistics, was aware we wanted the collective success and we wanted the collective performance with attention to detail. And I think that's where this success came from individual motivation to do things properly.
A project of this scale requires more than just one partner. From sunny Spain to cloudier Cardiff, home to another partner in this whole process.
In this particular factory, we've looked at, on the ambient range, changing the type of cap format that we use. So before, you used to have to peel the foil away yourself and it was used to spill quite a lot. So we've now replaced that with the heli cap, which is a lot easier to open and pour.
Here's where the new design bottle tops are put on.
In 2014, we took the first step and removed 63 tonnes of sugar out of our juice drink products. We did that without compromising the flavour, and then we took a second step in July 2015 to remove another 34 tonnes of sugar out of those products, and people actually prefer it with the less sugar in it as well.
I'm assuming that there's a fair bit of science behind it as well.
So within an orange juice, there's probably about 200 different compounds.
Wow!
And each of those compounds play a part in the flavour profile. The product's Brix, acidity, vitamin C level are all analysed each batch, and we're looking at the electronic tongue.
What is this electronic tongue?
It hadn't been much used in the UK, so we thought, let's try it out. This has a lipid bilayer on it that detects changes in molecules in the food.
Wow.
So when you eat food, the molecules in the food are detected on the tongue, and
Yeah.
that produces an electrical change which sends us to the brain a taste change. This is detected by the machine, which sends that signal to the computer instead of the brain. So it's transformed via the computer into data which you can plot on a graph. You can see that the old pineapple recipe had much more sugar molecules inside.
So what's the point of all this?
If we're getting the same profile each time we do it, it shows good consistency in the production. We can't get that as easily as if we're measuring with human tongue, because everyone's tongue differs.
Normally we only do 3 or 4 designs. We really pushed the boat out on this one, so we came up with about 8 ideas.
Wow!
We wanted to have this story side of pack. There's a really sort of emotional, evocative story here about all the work that's gone into this project, from Sainsbury's, the suppliers, the pickers.
What did you personally enjoy most about the project?
It's been really amazing to see what we can achieve as a business when we're asked to go above and beyond.
The opportunity to actually push the way the
And
photography
push
went.
ourselves. And when you walk into store and you see them all on shelf and you think, I did that.
Of course, the culmination of all this hard work is a quality product on the shelves for the customers.
Great changes in product quality are only made with meticulous attention to detail at every step along the product journey. That only happens when you have individuals and teams of people who care enough about quality to pursue that to the very end. And it's those teams of people that will make a real difference to our customers.
So, has it all been worth it? Well, customer complaints are down 23% year on year, even comparing favourably to the major brands on 114 different juices, which is no small change.